History tried to delete him. His successors scrubbed his name from every wall, every pillar, and every list of kings. For 3,000 years, he was a ghost. But today, he is the most famous face on Earth. Why were they so afraid of a 19-year-old boy? And how did his erasure actually become his greatest weapon for immortality? This is the story of Tutankhamun, the king who had to be forgotten to be remembered. Before he was Tutankhamun, he was Tutankhaten. He was born into the middle of a religious apocalypse. His father Akhenaten had declared himself a living god, banned the old religion, and moved the capital to a desolate desert. When his father died, the empire was bankrupt and broken. At just 9 years old, the crown was placed on a child's head. But he wasn't ruling alone. Behind the throne stood two men, Ai, the cunning vizier, and Horemheb, the iron-fisted general. Was Tut a leader, or was he a puppet in a golden cage? We see him in gold, but the reality was bone and pain. Imagine a teenager responsible for millions, who could barely walk without a cane. Modern DNA tells us he suffered from a clubfoot, bone necrosis, and constant bouts of malaria. Every step he took was a struggle. Every decision he made was shadowed by his powerful protectors. He married his half-sister to keep the bloodline pure, but that same bloodline was his curse. They lost 2 children, 2 daughters who never took a breath, leaving Tutankhamun as the final fragile branch of a dying dynasty. Then at 19, he was gone. For years, we thought it was a blow to the head, a political murder. But the latest evidence points to something more tragic, a broken leg that turned gangrenous. His burial was a rush job. He was shoved into a tomb meant for a commoner. The doors were sealed and the heretic son was officially wiped from history. His successors thought they had won. They thought his name would never be spoken again. They tried to bury his memory, but in doing so, they protected him. By erasing his name, they hid him from the grave robbers who looted every other king. He slept in the silence until 1922, when he woke up to change history forever. But there's a darker side to this discovery. Why did the men who found him start dying one by one? In our next video, we're digging into the curse of the pharaohs. You won't want to miss it. Subscribe and hit the bell to see what happened when the lights finally came back on.